Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be doing an exercise video, and I have my handy dandy book of exercises here that we will be going through. And I encourage you to try these with me or save this video to look at it in the future and try these exercises. So let us begin. The first one we're going to do is called an upper back stretch. So you're going to be seated in the chair like I am. You're going to have relaxed shoulders. We don't want them up here or way down here. We'll be sitting up straight, have them relaxed. What we're going to do is we're going to extend our arms forward at shoulder height. You're going to grab one hand with the other and push outwards while pulling your back and shoulders forward. We're just going to hold this for about 10 seconds here. There we go. We can relax our shoulders. Ooh, tell you what, that made me a little bit tired, but it felt good too. And so that one you just hold for about 10 seconds. It's recommended that you do that about 5 to 7 times. So you can try that through your week. The next stretch we're going to do is a chest stretch. So we're going to be seated again with our relaxed shoulders here. Then we're going to pull our arms back. So it might be better if I sit on the edge of the chair. You're going to grab it with one hand. So you can see I've got this hand being grabbed by this hand, and I'm pulling them back. I'm holding them near the bottom of my back. So I'm just going to hold this for 10 seconds, and then I'll relax them. Stretch back out. Tell you what, I probably should have stretched a little bit better before I did this, because even the stretches are making me tired. Okay, so for our next one, it's going to be a sit and reach stretch. So I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my chair here. I'm going to extend my legs forward. My knees are slightly bent. I know it's hard to see from that angle, but my knees are bent. And my heels are on the floor, but my toes are pointed up at the ceiling. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend both my arms forward and lean at my waist and touch my toes. And I'm just going to hold this position for another 10 seconds. Okay, there we go. Let's sit back up here. So that was our sit and reach stretch. Next, we are going to be doing our neck stretch. And I'm just going to be sitting here, and I'm going to tilt my head to my right shoulder. And as I do this, I'm going to extend my left arm downward. Well, I mean, it's out, but it's pointed down. I'm just going to do this for a few seconds. Then I'm going to extend my neck to the left side and hold out my right arm here and hold this for a few seconds. Okey-dokey. And for those, repeat them about 2 times, and that'll get you real stretched out there, give you the most effective stretch. So next we're going to be doing shoulder circles. So I'm seated and I'm going to place my fingertips on my shoulders, and then I circle my shoulders about 15 times. So like this, like a weird version of the chicken dance here. And forward, and then we're going to reverse it and go backwards to make sure we're getting the most optimal stretch we can here. Oh, I can already feel that. I haven't stretched my shoulders in a while, apparently. Okay, so we're done with the shoulder circles now, and now we're going to do hand stretches. So I'm going to put my hands out in front of me. My palms are going to be facing down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open both hands and spread my fingers apart, and then close them again. Spread them, and then close them. And really just stretching your fingers really good, because I know for me especially, I do not think about stretching my fingers ever. Unless my hands hurt, and then I'll do it. But you'll just do this about 10 times. And then you're done with it. For our next one, I'm going to be needing to be standing here. And you probably won't be able to, yeah, you can't see my head, but it's fine. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stand with my feet together here. My arms are relaxed at my sides. You can hold onto a chair if you need to. Bring it over to the side so you can hold onto it. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend one knee and lift your foot slightly off the ground and balance with your other leg. So like this leg is lifted off the ground and I'm balancing on my right leg here. So I'm just going to hold this for a few seconds. And I'm going to put that foot down and switch feet. So now I have my right leg up in the air, and my left leg is the one supporting me. Okay, we're done with that one. The next one we're going to do is called a single limb stance with arm. And you're going to stand with your feet together, and your arms are relaxed onto the sides. And if you need to, again, hold a chair. That's perfectly fine. So you're going to raise your left arm over your head and raise your left leg forward. So, doing kind of like, I don't know. They're both raised a little bit, so that's good. I'm just going to hold this one for a few seconds. I'm going to put that leg down, and I'm going to switch. So now I'm going to hold up my my right arm and my right leg. All right, that is the end of that one here. I'm going to sit back down. See what our next lovely exercise is. Our next one is going to be called side leg raises. So I'm going to bring my chair up here. I'm going to stand behind it. I'm going to hold on to it. And I'm going to lift my legs out. Like this. I'm going to do this about 10 times here. Once I'm done with that one, I'm going to switch to my other leg here. Tell you what, these exercises are making my muscles burn just a little bit, waking them up. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to be doing front arm raises. And usually you would do this one with a ball. I don't happen to have a ball of any kind in here, but I do have a 3-pound weight. That's what I will be using. And so, I'm going to be seated. My back is not touching the chair here. I'm going to hold my ball or my weight in both hands with my palms facing each other. So I'm going to hold it like this. I'm going to extend my arms forward with my elbows slightly bent. And then I'm going to raise my arms up. And back down here. And up again. And you'll just do this about 10 to 15 times, taking a few seconds to lift it up and down here. Alrighty, so now that we're done with that one, we're going to do the seated shin strengthener. So for this one, I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my chair here. I'm going to extend out my legs with my heels on the floor and my knees slightly bent here. So I'm going to point my toes downward. I'm going to flex them back up. So your toes are basically just going from down on the floor to raising up. Down again, and raising up. We're going to do about 15 reps of this, or do as many as you possibly can right now. Just keep going down and raising it back up there, and that will be working your shins. And next we have tummy twists. So again, I'm going to be taking my weight, which you'd want a ball presumptuously, but anything you can use, like an empty milk carton, a full milk jug if you can carry it, anything would work. So I'm going to be seated, and my hands are close to my stomach and my elbows are slightly bent here. And I'm just gonna rotate over here as far as I comfortably can. So I'm just moving my torso here. The rest of my body is staying straight and stable. I'm just gonna keep doing that, and then I'll go to the other side here, stretch as far as I can, bring it back to my center, stretch again as far as I can, and come back to my center. And just do that alternating sides as many times as you can. You'll get a good stretch in your torso here. Okie dokie. And for our next one, we're going to be doing side bends. So, sitting on my chair with my feet flat on the floor, I'm going to place one hand behind my head. In this case, it is my left hand. And then my other arm is going to be stretched out to my side. And I'm going to lean over as if I'm going to touch the floor. I'm going to lean as far as I can here. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to switch sides, put my right arm or my right hand on the back of my head, have my left arm extended. I'm going to stretch here as far as I can. And for this one, you are stretching this part of your torso, your obliques, your sides. So we're just going to do this as much as we can, lean as far as we can. Do as many reps as you are comfortable with doing there. That'll get you a good exercise there. And so, let's see, how many do we have left here for you guys? We're going to do about 3 more. So, this next one is wrist curls. So luckily I have 2 weights. You can use one if you want to. And anything will count as a weight, anything that gives you a little bit of resistance that's not too terribly easy for you. And so what we're going to do, and if your chair has armrests, you can lay your arms on the armrest, but I don't have those, so I'm just going to extend my arms out with my elbows bent. I'm just going to slowly bend my wrists up and down, up and down, for as many times as I can do it. If you only have one weight, then make sure you switch sides. But since I have 2 here, I'm just going to do them both at the same time. Alright, that is enough of those. For our next one, we shall be doing dumbbell curls. And so we're sitting here with a dumbbell in each hand here. My palms facing forward, getting my elbows at my side here. Gonna bend our arms up where our weights, they're probably about 4 inches from my shoulders here. I'm not struggling to like touch into my shoulders, so just lift up as far as you comfortably can. And do this for about 10 to 12 reps here. Really build up bicep strength. I want you all to come back with really huge muscles here. Make you strong. Then we can have an arm wrestling competition. I feel like that would be fun. Okie dokie. Once you did as many reps as those as you can. For our last exercise here, we are going to be doing knee extensions. So, I am sitting in my chair with my back straight and my knees are bent here. And I'm going to extend my right leg forward and hold it for a few seconds. So just as straight out as you can possibly get your leg here. Holding it, put this one back down, and I will extend my left leg. Hold it for a few seconds, put it back down, go back to my right, and do as many reps of these as you can. They're great for your thigh muscles as well as your shins or your calf muscles. Just keep extending it, releasing. All right, and that is the end of our exercises for today. I really hope you guys try it. Exercising and stretching really helps with a lot of things. Could help minimize aches and pains that you may have, help make them feel better. So over the course of this next week and in the future, please try to do some of these during your week and tell me how they go for you, and hopefully they go really well and get you feeling just a little bit better there. So thank you for all joining me today, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.